Hello and welcome. In the next half hour, we shall be bringing you stories of everyday people and their extraordinary endeavors that have led to great transformation, sometimes for themselves and at other times for others. A metal artist in Chhattisgarh's Bastar, a young woman who teaches the destitute to fight for their goals and their dreams, an environment protector from Jodhpur whose garden is a wonder world by itself in the midst of dry desert land, and much, much more. So let's begin. Welcome to this edition of Aspirational India. I'm Rukma with you. We start off with a journey to Chhattisgarh's Bastar district and the village of Kondagaon, where live the craftsmen who for generations have preserved and perfected the art forms that are now treasured, recognized and adorn the walls and halls of homes and institutions worldwide. Bamboo art, terracotta, awarded the President's Award. Let's take a look at how Vocal for Local is acting out in practice. Bastar district in Chhattisgarh, Kondagaon, a village famous for the tribal art known around the world as Bastar art. The tribal communities here are credited with having preserved the unique artistic crafts, protecting the rare art of their forefathers from generation to generation, art that continues to be made by conventional tools, whether it is woodwork, bamboo art, soil art or metal arts, creations that depict the indigenous culture, festivals, gods and goddesses, and decorative pieces. In the metal arts, artifacts of copper and tin mixed metal are made, mainly in which statues of goddesses, idols to worship, idols of tribal culture and home furnishings, even scenes from everyday life, musicians and folk singers. For Tiju Ram Vishwakarma, this is work that has been a passion since his teenage years. This is his legacy, passed down the generations, and when it was his turn, Tiju Ram did not disappoint. For him, it was an opportunity to innovate and infuse new life into traditional designs, while still following the ancient methods. As his work gained attention, the government came forward to help, and soon Tiju Ram was traveling across continents to show his work in Russia, Vienna, and Italy.
My travels abroad changed my life. When you go abroad, you broaden your horizons, open your mind in exhibitions like that. I displayed my work, I met different people, learned new things, and all of it reflected in my work, giving it a freshness and newness.
Tati Ram is also an artist, his deft fingers flying over his tools and materials as he gives shape to his latest creation.
Whenever something catches my eye, I first note the technique, then I try to give shape to the object in my mind, and only then do I begin my work.
Then there is Amitabh, who excels in making traditional items of Bastar art. Sometimes the traditional black, and sometimes a touch of color that makes it all that much more special. His work winning him opportunities to display it all across India, in Delhi, Bengaluru and elsewhere.
I mostly make traditional items of Bastar art. I have been able to do very well on this. I mostly make items like a man or men playing musical instrument such as pipe or a flute or drums, which are traditional art item of Bastar.
Prime Minister Modi's call of Vocal for Local and an Atmanirbhar Bharat have made a huge difference to the lives of these artisans and the way they look at their work. Protecting India's rich heritage, these inheritors of the rich legacy of their forefathers have made the nation proud on various platforms worldwide with their creations, based on tradition and innovation, as they perfect their art day by day. And even as they do so, they present a viable source of sustainability and empowerment, an inspiration for all. The problem of proper sanitation facilities is a universal one, especially when it comes to women of developing nations. For women in particular, using even public urinals poses a problem, particularly during menstruation. Inspired by the call for a Swachh Bharat or a Clean India, a self-help group in Maharashtra's Thane is doing its bit to add to the government's efforts to help women deal with this situation better, providing free essentials too, clean, well-lighted surroundings, and as much cleanliness as it is possible. Take a look. Ever since Prime Minister Modi gave a call for a Swachh Bharat and emphasized on the importance of sanitation facilities, especially for women, in terms of these basic amenities inside the security of the home, there has been a constant revolution in progress, enabling a massive increase in such facilities, like this toilet in Thane in Maharashtra. However, maintenance continues to be a major issue, especially during COVID times when there was no one to ensure cleanliness. Seeing how the situation caused problems for women, particularly during delicate stages such as menstruation, a city-based NGO, Muse, took it upon itself to help out, starting the initiative of what it calls a period room to cater to the women in a slum area in Shantinagar in the city. These rooms have many facilities, from sanitary pads to urinals and wash basins and paper towels. The initiative is strongly supported by the town council.
We have made a pad changing room for women here. Equipped with all essential facilities, it is properly lighted and accords full privacy. Cleanliness and facilities like water, soap and dustbins. We want to ensure full comfort for women during these important stages they have to undergo.
It's an initiative that is the result or a follow-up of a massive survey of around 1,500 women from nearly 15 slum dwellings. The glaring truth, there was nothing to enable women to go through their menstrual period with dignity or even basic comfort. The survey also found that the inadequacies in the facilities led to the spread of diseases among women. The only solution? Put in extra effort for women-friendly toilets at a price of around 45,000 rupees. Clearly, it's not too heavy.
The NGO Muse conducted a sweeping survey in which women told us to the great need for women-friendly sanitation facility that not only have the minimum essential like running water and soap, they should have dustbin, provide privacy and be well lighted too.
The concept of a period room is being implemented in one center only, but expectations are that very soon other such centers will be opened elsewhere. Spreading the message and spurring on their message of hygiene and sanitation are numerous slogans and posters as well as pictorial representations of the need for safe sanitation facilities for women. The lack of proper sanitation facilities has long been a burning problem, leading to many diseases and dangers as open defecation is common. Not so anymore. With Prime Minister Modi's encouragement and efforts by NGOs like Muse, there is hope yet that in the years to come, women in India can lead more hygienic and safe lives. Ashok Gupta and Ruhi Mallik's report in Thane, in Maharashtra for DD India. Time now for a short break here on Aspirational India, but more on the other side, so stay with us.
A global pandemic that's causing havoc worldwide. Search for an effective vaccine is on. Until then, the only option is caution and prevention. Now that the country has opened up under Unlock 5, it's all the more critical that we don't let our guard down. Face mask has been found to be the most effective means to fight the spread of COVID-19. World Health Organization and various researchers have also found that masks are critical in mitigating the spread of COVID-19. When you wear a mask, you protect yourself and people around you. Wearing a face mask helps prevent the spread of COVID-19, but only if worn properly.
बिना मास्क या फेस कवर के घर से बाहर निकलने की अभी कल्पना करना भी सही नहीं है.
Be a part of DD India campaign. Mask Up India. Come and join our initiative to fight COVID-19. Share your stories of masking up with us on Facebook and Twitter.
Mask Up India.
It's a simple task. Just wear a mask.
Mask Up India.
Mask Up India.
Mask Up India.
She is a woman who needs no introduction. Amita Marwa of Chandigarh, a martial arts double black belt herself and a teacher who has led her students, most of them living in slums, to international events, teaching children living in poverty and hunger to dream, to travel across continents and win worldwide acclaim. Amita, in addition to this, is also a trained classical dancer. Here's a report in which we tell you more. Meet Amita Marwa, devoted to Indian classical dance, trained in Kathak and a double black belt in martial arts. Amita is a woman with a vision, a woman who believes that learning and knowledge are to be shared, and so she holds classes for the destitute, mostly slum children, whom she trains in martial arts for free, also providing them a means, showing them the way to greater achievements in sports. Amita's path in life was decided when she was still training in martial arts. She realized that while there were many among her fellow trainees who were extremely talented, they could not pursue their interests because they did not have the means. It troubled her that lack of money could force people to give up their future.
When I was learning martial arts and other skills in school, I would notice that there were many among us who had to give up the many opportunities their talent entitled them to. That was when I decided, feeling I had to do my bit to help out those who deserve it, that if I ever become a teacher, I would teach for free.
Many among her students have gone on to do very well in their field, even succeeding in international events and becoming NIS coaches. One such is Ashish, who has emerged from a slum to become an NIS coach.
I began my training under Amita Marwa, and under her guidance I really flourished. Very soon I won the state competition, winning 3 gold medals. Then I moved on to national and international events where won the more medals.
Many among Amita's pupils were drug users, and Amita helped them kick the deadly habit, going on to make a name for themselves in international events. Many have acquired expertise in self-defense.
I was on the verge of total destruction due to drugs. Physically, I was a wreck and I couldn't even practice properly. But the madam guidance, I slowly recovered. Amita ji taught me to what to eat and advised me on my entire lifestyle. And slowly and her help, I kicked the habit, won state, then national and international event.
My family has full faith in me. The training I received in martial arts has instilled confidence in my family that I can defend myself and they don't have to worry about me.
As for Amita herself, her enthusiasm to help others learn and become self-sufficient is tireless, taking her long distances to do her work. Indeed, an inspiring example that many of us can emulate, proving that we too can do our bit to help others. Recognizing the talent in others, realizing the obstacles they faced and how big a difference she could make, Amita is a woman who inspires all of us that yes, we too can make a difference if we wish. Let's move on now to the issue of environmental protection. While the message of trusteeship of Mother Earth's resources has been heard by all, few take it to heart. Our next story is of Ravindra Kabra from Jodhpur, who has done so. Here is his story. Meet 66-year-old Ravindra Kabra of Jodhpur, a passionate lover of flowers, which are his source of income as well. In Ravindra's garden, there bloom a veritable treasure trove of flora that is found in normally colder climes. Surprising, considering that he lives in the midst of desert land in Jodhpur in Rajasthan. His garden, that he has lovingly tended to for nearly 40 years, now has nearly 3,000 varieties of flowers. And I think that when he started, he could not even get the minimum water for his plants. Roses and bougainvilleas and strawberries too.
यहाँ करीब-करीब 300 से 400
There are more than 300 to 400 varieties of flower in my garden. But what is the most important is that many of the flower varieties here grow only in cold, wet weather, not in desert weather like this. Flowers like iris, tulip, heliconius, hydrangenias, azaleas and anthurium, all flowers impossible to conceive growing in the temperature over 45 to 47 degrees Celsius.
45-47 degrees में असंभव सा है.
One reason for his success in the garden could be that the environmental enthusiast treats his flowers like humans, reading from the sacred texts of the Ramayana and Gita to them in the mornings. At least that's what he says is the secret of their growth and flourishing.
प्रकृति बेहद सुंदर है.
Nature is beautiful, nature is necessity, and nature can prove to be a great source of income generation. That is my message to the youth.
Today his garden of 40 years is visited by nature lovers from far and wide, even from across the world beyond our borders. Kabra's message to all is to love nature, for then nature will provide you with all you need. We slip into a short break now, but there's more up ahead, more voices that encourage, inspire and encourage. So stay with us.
Namaste India.
Namaste land.
Marhaban ila al-Hind. Zari India.
Salam India.
Namaste India.
Namaskar Bharata.
Mui
Nous
India.
sommes land.
نحن هنود.
India.
माँ हिंदी हस्ती
Mung Hindian.
Salam Hindustan.
We are India.
Your window to rising India. India's voice on global platforms. Latest news from India and around the world. In-depth analysis of global headlines. Watch DD India in your country. Available for downlink in all Southeast Asian countries. STTV broadcast is available through the satellite GSAT 17 at 93.5 degrees east. HDTV broadcast is available through the satellite GSAT 10 at 83 degrees east. For technical details, scan here. Switch to DD India now.
We've all heard of rubbish heaps yielding great treasures. But have you ever heard of a library from garbage dumps? Old books salvaged from dumpsters and then used to teach poor children to read. Our next story is of such a library that even provides digital training. Take a look. A library in the digital age, Shelves lined with books of all kinds on a variety of subjects. This is a library with a difference. Founded by the Shaheen Foundation of Ahmedabad, some of the books here are donated. Others have been salvaged from garbage dumps, open to any child, free of cost. The response has been tremendous. Children and youth come from across the city to read and study here.
Nearly 800 children and youngsters come to the read and study in this library. It is entirely free of cost. The shelves here are filled with books that would have been too expensive for these children to buy. They come from slums across the cities and many are orphans. So this library is a source of hope for them. We spread our message through various media outlets and we now have a collection of nearly 3,000 books.
लोगों को इन्फॉर्म किया और आज हमारे पास तकरीबन 3,000 से ज़्यादा बुक्स का कलेक्शन है.
While the thirst for learning and the need for education is dominant in India, circumstances do not always permit such activities. A library like this has served as a boon, containing as it does books on law, postgraduate studies on numerous subjects and even government job exams.
मैं पिछले 5 साल से शाहीन फाउंडेशन से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ. मैंने अपना ग्रेजुएशन
I have been associated with Shaheen Foundation for many years. It is because of this foundation that I have been able to complete my graduation and post-graduation. Now that we have this library, I am sure I will get all support I need to study for government jobs at all levels. The atmosphere is wonderful and encourages study and concentration.
जो मुझे पढ़ने के लिए बहुत ही हेल्पफुल रहता है.
I have been associated with Shaheen Foundation for years. Almost 10 years I am doing my LLM now. My special focus is criminal law and I believe I will succeed in this endeavor as well because of Shaheen Foundation.
Hamid Memon has added another section to his special library, a digital one. Here too nothing is new, but salvaged from discarded computers that are repaired and worked on to perform various tasks, providing students usage of laptops, digital boards and the internet.
LLB करने के बाद में जब मैंने मास्टर शुरू किया तो मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि
After my LLB I wanted to do my post graduation. Shaheen Foundation helped me in this. The kind of books I need were too expensive. I could never have afforded them. The digital library here and free internet has helped me so much. Also, the atmosphere is very quiet and good for study without disturbance.
डिस्टर्बेंस रहते हैं, हम पढ़ नहीं पाते हैं, तो हम यहाँ पर आके हमें एक सेपरेट क्लास दिया जाता है. वहाँ पर हम पूरा दिन बैठ के और शाहीन का लैपटॉप और नेट को यूज़ कर सकते हैं, हम स्टडी कर सकते हैं.
For these youngsters, an institution like the Shaheen Foundation has sown the seeds of hope for a successful future in which many of their dreams could come true. Providing training in various subjects from classes 8 to post-graduation and even entrance to the police and other government services as well as sports and other activities.
Government exams के class के books, engineering के books, NEET JEE.
Government entrance books, engineering books, NEET JEE books and notes, books on LLB and LLM, many aspects of the law, books for MBA, and in fact many disciplines. Also there are motivational books. In the digital library, we provide smart boards and laptops from discarded things.
इसके अलावा जूने कंप्यूटर से हमने एक डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी भी बनाई है और स्मार्ट बोर्ड भी है जिसके जरिए भी हमारे यहाँ पढ़ाई कर सकते हैं बच्चे.
And so Shaheen Foundation is filling a great void in the lives of many, providing them the source of learning so crucial to their growth and self-reliance, and also if they are to fulfill the task of nation building. With Lakshman Rajput and Suman Borana, DD India. The call of vocal for local has resonated in towns and villages across India. In our next report, we talk of an initiative from Chamba in Himachal Pradesh that is empowering women by skilling them in leather work that is reaping rich dividends. Here's more. Prime Minister Modi's call of vocal for local is being acted upon in the most unique ways. all across the country. In the beautiful hill district of Chamba in Himachal Pradesh, women are acting upon his call with great results. The Textiles Ministry of India is empowering leather crafts by skilling mostly women to make belts and bags that can be sold and even exported for good financial returns.
I have been in the leather industry for nearly 25 years. These workshops are proving to be a great boon, helping us in skill development for expertly made leather goods like belts and ladies' purses, and also various other goods like belts and so on.
We are engaged in making many different kinds of leather goods, from belts to purses to Chamba footwear.
These workshops are proving to be a great boon, helping in skill development for expertly made leather goods like belts and ladies' purses, and also various other goods like belts and so on.
We are learning many new things here. Some such as Chamba chappals we already know, but we are perfecting them. Then we are learning belts, bags and purses. We're happy to learn new things and create a market for them to sell them at good prices. This will enable us to become financially independent and ensure that the community involved with this industry will continue to be part of it.
Trainers who are part of the government skilling program say that there is a lot of potential among the people here to excel in leather crafts. All that is required is intensive training to produce finely finished products that can find good markets. Programs of the government encourage full participation of the worker as much as business owners.
हर जिले के जो उत्पाद हैं, जो परंपरागत ढंग से बनाए जा रहे हैं और आज भी उनकी
The work being done by these women is wonderful. There has always been a demand for the leather work of Chamba. Every district has a traditional craft. Chamba sandals with artwork have always been famous. New and innovative products are improving the industry.
पर्स है, मोबाइल का कवर है, या और चीजें बेल्ट है इत्यादि का भी निर्माण ये कारीगर करे, उसका न केवल प्रशिक्षण दिया जा रहा है बल्कि उनको उत्पादों को भी इस केंद्र के अंदर बनाया जा रहा है.
The campaign to further the leather industry in Chamba is gaining wide acclaim. Locals are praising it as being extremely praiseworthy, and they say it will further the growth of the craftsmen involved. Prime Minister Modi's call of Vocal for Local has worked wonders for the traditional crafts of Chamba. Today, Chamba stands as an example for many such initiatives that can empower entire communities and pave the way for a self-reliant India. With Vikas Thakur in Chamba, DD India. Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of Aspirational India. We hope you found our stories inspiring. Stories that were from across the country of people who have changed the direction of their own lives, and many times that of others too, with sometimes just a dream. We'll be back again next week with more voices from across India, voices that encourage, inspire and motivate. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.